But just wanted to show you this. See, amongst all of this moorland, all this heather, just we come down here to this little thing here, this beautiful little oak tree growing amongst all of this heather. You see this little thing? And it sounds a bit corny. You know, the oak is such a symbolic tree, obviously sort of sacred in Druid terms. From little acorns, massive oak trees grow and all of that, but today is the first day where I've actually come out and used the camera to try and get a message out to people about how important it is to actually work with the energy of the land. And this, in a way, to me, I know it might seem strange to some of you, but this is like a little sign from the management that something great has started, and I'm really grateful for that. And it's these kind of little tiny insignificant things which actually can be really quite vastly significant in many respects, depending on how we want to look at the world. You know, these insignificant little things like this kind of synchronicitous little instance can actually help us really connect to our higher selves, ourselves within within each of us. And to me, that's a really beautiful and magical thing. And that's almost like the magic of what life is about. Now, that for somebody that's really in the dark depths of depression, that's going to just seem like complete and utter crap. But, you know, we've all spent some dark times in our lives. Everything passes. Everything passes, no matter how depressed, how desperate things seem. If you're caught in financial worries, or caught in emotional turmoil, or caught in career trouble, everything passes. You might be at the bottom, but you can move on out of it. There are always ways. There are people that you can turn to, and you will be surprised how many people actually value your contribution, and how you've got friends, you know, that you would never even have realised that you've got friends who really care about you, because we don't talk about these things on a daily basis. We spend so much of our time on a daily basis just chewing over what my dad used to call social cement, and we don't really connect to each other, and we don't share our experience of being human. And you know, when we do, that's when life really starts to happen in a way. It's the real connections through actually just sharing the little things, like this beautiful little instance of the oak tree, and some of this other stuff. Just watching the sunlight come across the hillside here. There's beauty in every moment. And if we focus on the stuff that actually we find depressing, so I mean, I'm going to complain about the news, I'm going to complain about the media, we can find our whole energy is affected by those things that we look at. We look at the news and we're going to get all of that negativity with us for the rest of the day. I would heartily encourage everybody just to stop focusing on the news. So much of it is just complete nonsense, and really it's up to us to choose whether we want to face stories like that, or whether we want other things in our lives. And the stories we should be working with for ourselves are those which actually are our own stories, our own relationships to the management, our own development as individuals, and how we relate to the world around us.